Hello, hi, and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fudhla binti Masri, and I want to ask, has anyone close to you faced the challenge of speech delay? Today, I'm going to share the most powerful and sentimental true story about this struggle. So, make sure you watch until the end to understand the true impact and the hope behind each of this journey. Let's get started. Have you ever thought about what happens when your voice, your way of connecting into the people and the worlds suddenly disappear or get locked inside? In this video, we dive into 3 powerful true stories of how people fought their way back to get the words again. Imagine a teenager who can talk perfectly fine, but only when he's at home. Step outside that door and the words suddenly disappear. Is that the core of the selective mutism? The case studied and reported in Jakarta, Indonesia 2024. Meet a 14-year-old boy whose family initially dismissed him as just a shy child. He had shown mid-speech delay years earlier, but after therapy ended, the deeper problem was missed. He was almost non-verbal at schools and in social settings, yet perfectly communicative with his immediate family. This massive split is the key to his diagnosis. Selective mutism isn't just shyness. It is an anxiety disorder where intense fear locks down communication in specific environments. Tragically, the correct diagnosis was years late. Experts found that while his non-verbal intelligence was fine, his verbal reasoning was very low. The silence was masking his true potential. This case highlights a critical point. An apparent communication struggle can mask an underlying mental health issue. Proving that early, accurate investigation is essential. Next, we jump to an adult sudden catastrophe. Our next case is 67-year-old Mrs. Helen Smith, a retired teacher whose life changed in an instant after a stroke on April 10th. She began her recovery journey 1 year later with an online speech therapy clinic. The stroke hit the left middle cerebral artery, devastating the brain's control center for speech. This left her with Broca Aphasia. She knew exactly what she wanted to say, but her brain could not get the words out. She was left paralyzed on one side and only able to utter a few colors or family names. A brilliant mind was trapped. The real fight began 1 year later. Helen's multidisciplinary team developed an online plan to restore language and introduce an AAC board, a communication tool, to help her express basic needs. Critically, they trained her family to use simple yes or no questions to support her communication. The result after 6 months were incredible. Her speech initiation and word retrieval improved, allowing her to form simple sentences and participate in short conversations. Her confidence soared, proving that consistent, tailored intervention can bring a loved one's silence back to voice. And finally, we look at Juan, a 10-year-old boy with stuttering. His story comes from a coordinated clinical consultation setting focused on student success. His problem wasn't the word getting stuck. It was the bullying, the low grades, and the fear that made him try to quit the band. And desperate to hide his stutter, this was a quality of life crisis. His therapist realized one-on-one sessions were not enough. They created an interprofessional dream team, two specialized SLPs, teachers, psychologists, and his parents to address every part of his life. They found his disfluency rate was high, up to 16%, and the emotional impact was severe. The treatment was holistic, as LPs taught him speech modification and helped him change his negative reaction to his own stuttering. They also included family counseling to reassure his parents that discipline would not worsen his stuttering, allowing for healthier parenting. And after 6 months, Juan's victory was very clear. His confidence and class participation skyrocketed. The crowning achievement, he gave a presentation to his classmates, educating them about stuttering. He rejoined the band and found his voice again. All in all, whether it is a sudden stroke, a lifelong anxiety disorder, or a struggle with fluency, these cases show the power of specialized therapy and collaboration. Every person deserves to be heard. If you or someone you know is struggling, remember this story. Help is out there and change is possible. That's all from me. Thank you for watching and have a good day.